Now recording video. All right, you ready?
Yes. A little early in the day to be drinking that beer, isn't it, Rob?
It's midnight in Tokyo.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Rob on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzzed Crew duo. I am Real Buzzed Rob.
I'm just having a little girl trouble.
Pressing charges? I get that a lot.
And to my right, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.
I honestly don't give a fuck, bro.
Oh, dude, in the state of the world right now, I'm ready to go to the loony bin with you, bro. I no longer have any fucks to give.
I kind of feel like we're already living in the loony bin. That's, yeah. You bring up the state of the world that we're in. Fuck. I mean, I don't know.
It was funny. Right before you got here, I was reading a Yahoo News article about a mayor in Virginia who said that Joe Biden was an idiot for choosing Aunt Jemima as his running mate.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Pretty bad.
That's, yeah. God damn. That's really bad. A mayor where?
Virginia.
I guess that checks out.
Yeah.
Down in the South with them racists. But fuck. Jesus, I hadn't heard that. That's crazy.
Oh, I think the story just kind of dropped. I believe his constituents are urging him to resign.
Yeah, I would say so. I was going to take it a different place with that and say that there is a Hunter S. Thompson quote that says, "When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro." So, you know.
I'm not even sure I understand that completely.
Yeah,
I have to digest that one.
Yeah, philosophate on that. Just like in this movie. There's a lot of philosophical.
Buy the ticket, take the ride.
That's right. No sympathy for the devil. Keep that in mind. Buy the ticket. Take the ride.
On that note, the movie we are reviewing today is War on Everyone. Its release date was February 3rd, 2017. I forgot to write down the fucking McDonough. Something McDonough.
You know, peel back the curtain a little bit for you listeners here. Robbie and I already tried to record this. We're doing this so we can get you some YouTube stuff like we promised. And we already recorded this earlier this week. Lost the audio. Doing it again. You still don't have the fucking director.
Yeah, I know. This is a process I'm working through, and it's a lot of moving parts. I'm getting it. I'm getting the hang of it. It's just taking me a little more time than I appreciate.
I'll say you're doing a good job. You got a lot of shit going on
I'm
here.
doing
There's
what
a
I
lot.
can.
There's a lot that you're doing here. You've turned your basement into a fucking recording studio. So
Yeah, it's a living room with a pool table that we just fucking MacGyvered into a studio.
yeah,
But
figured it out.
McDonough. It's something McDonough.
Oh yeah. It's the brother of the guy that did In Bruges.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
Something McDonough, but yeah, he did The Guard.
Yep. He's really big in with Brendan Gleeson because this is the first movie he directed that didn't have Gleeson in it. I think it may have just ruined some trivia.
All right.
So before this, known for Cavalry in the Guard, and after this, he's known for a film called The Forgiven. I'm not really familiar with any of those films.
I saw The Guard just because.
Oh no, I've seen The Guard. Don Cheadle is in
Yeah,
it.
Don Cheadle's in that, and I only saw that because I like his brother's movies so much. Like In Bruges, we talk about it all the time, but both of our favorite movies probably. So
It's my favorite movie.
yeah, so The Guard was weird. This movie was kind of weird too. I liked this movie.
This movie I thought The Guard was weird in more of a boring way.
Yeah.
This one was weird in a way that kept my attention and was interesting.
Yeah.
The cast in this film, we have Alexander Skarsgård as Terry Monroe, Michael Pena as Bob Bolaño, Theo James as Lord James Mangan, Tessa Thompson as Jackie Hollis. Honorable mention to Caleb Landry Jones, that weird-ass motherfucker, as Russell Birdwell, Malcolm Barrett as Reggie X, and then a very racist appearance by Paul Reiser as Lieutenant.
Yeah, Paul, I do have that note written down whenever he appeared on scene. It was like, Paul Reiser, racist Paul Reiser is what we get for this movie.
This movie does this a lot. It jars you in ways you don't expect it to, and having Paul Reiser make that slur about his Asian children, his Chinese children.
Yeah, that did not see that coming. But then it's funny later on when they're like, he's like, well, what did you get from this conversation? What did we talk about? And he's like, Chinese kids, I think, something like that.
Well, but they're like, yeah, but those cops are racist assholes, sir. It's like, you're in a police station. It's full of racist assholes.
Yeah. Look around you.
All right, moving on to Alexander Skarsgård. And let's get this party started.
Yeah, let's fucking rage.
Before this, Skarsgård is known for Zoolander, where he appeared as Meekus. That's an underrated appearance for him.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a
Orange Mocha Frappuccino!
it's a very funny
Jitterbug.
scene. Jitterbug, that's the song. You put the
I don't know the words.
Jitterbug,
I can do like the
something,
yeah, yeah.
The first time I saw that gas fight scene, like I'll never forget that, and just being like, "Oh my god!" Like they're just spraying gasoline on each other. Hopefully, so. And then of course someone's going to light a cigarette, and it's just,
Just
like,
proves that
"Holy fucking shit!"
he can't too not die in a freak gasoline fight accident.
In a freak gasoline fight. Yeah, one of these days, Calvin. One of these days.
Man, I don't know. I don't think so. We're just barely mentioning it. We already quoted 5 things. Also known for that HBO original series Generation Kill, I have not seen.
Haven't seen it either.
Apparently had a contract with HBO because that segued into True Blood, and then he was known for Battleship and had a small role that wasn't Meekus in Zoolander 2 as well.
Yeah, that's weird that they had him be. I don't know. I haven't seen Zoolander 2, so I don't know what the role is, but maybe he's Meekus' brother, Freakus.
Good one.
I'm here to get freaky.
Good one.
He could just use his normal voice for that, too. He's always having to do this American accent that he kind of struggles with, so. He was better in this than Battleship,
He
but
almost pulls it off, but just not quite.
yeah. It's almost Gleason-esque from
Yeah.
Lake Placid. Like, it's almost there.
He's Swedish, right?
Yeah, something
Finnish,
like
one of those ishes
that. Skarsgård.
from Scandinavia. He's somewhere up there.
Yeah.
His father is Stalin. No,
Bill?
no, Bill's his brother, Pennywise. Stalin Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Stalin or Stalin is the Russian dictator.
Yeah, not
Okay.
Stalin. I don't think people are naming their kids after that. And his mother's Adolf.
Exactly. Hitler Skarsgård. Yeah. After this, he's known for The Legend of Tarzan, Big Little Lies, and upcoming he will be in the Godzilla versus Kong movie.
Oh, okay.
I'll pay to see that.
I never saw Godzilla King of Monsters or whatever the fuck the most
Wasn't
recent
good.
one was. No?
The original with Cranston was fantastic. The second one was, it went off the rails.
My favorite one's still the 98, 99 one, whatever the fuck, with Matthew Broderick.
You're the one.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
I would love it if they somehow tied that movie in to make it canon at like the end of the third one. That would be
yeah.
pretty dope. Or
All of a
just
sudden, Matthew Broderick's there.
pay homage to it somehow.
He's taking the day off from, Godzilla watching. Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick. You guys can keep that joke. That's for you guys.
Michael Pena.
I love me some Michael Pena.
Before this, he was known for a small role in Gone in 60 Seconds, the movie that cured racism, Crash.
Yeah, thank God for that movie.
Thank God for that movie. $1 Million Baby, the movie Shooter, World Trade Center, Everything Must Go, End of Watch, Gangster Squad, American Hustle, and Fury, which is, I think, his best movie. And then Ant-Man, and Ant-Man 2 is after. But yeah, I love Fury. That's a pretty good list of titles he's been in.
Yeah, a lot of hits, and he's good in like all that shit. The Ant-Man movies, he's probably my favorite part. Even though Paul Rudd's really good in those, but he's just fucking hilarious in that.
That's kind of what he does. He brings to the table. He rarely has a leading role. He always kind of plays a tertiary character. But when he does, he's usually the audience's favorite part of the movie. He's just a very charismatic actor. He's good. I enjoy watching him, and he's very funny.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I wanted to say, you mentioned he had a part in $1 Million Baby. You know how they do like straight to DVD knockoff versions of horror movies?
Yeah.
Well, if they did that for $1 Million Baby, it'd be $10,000 Toddler.
God damn it! I don't even think I understand that joke.
$1 Million Baby,
No.
$10,000 toddler.
Oh, okay. So it's a knock. Okay, yeah.
It's a knockoff movie. Like
Nah, okay, I get it.
somebody out there laughed at that.
I hope not. After this, Michael Pena is known for Collateral Beauty, that piece of garbage. Chips, which is underrated, very funny. Dak Shepard starred and directed that movie.
I didn't know he directed it.
He did.
Married to Kristen Bell. Good for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for him. I'm happy for him.
Apparently, he's got a good podcast too.
Armchair Expert.
Armchair, yeah.
It's pretty good. Him and Monica Padman.
Padme.
Padman.
Yeah, whatever.
She's of Indian descent. Chips, Ant-Man 2, and the most recent season of Narcos on Netflix.
Narcos Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. I watched the first season of the actual Narcos, I guess. First season
most
and a
of it.
half.
I watched
Around
most
when
of it.
Pablo got killed. And then I was like, I'm out.
I didn't realize this before you told me that they follow like the seasons are following a real timeline of drug cartels. So they start off with Pablo, because I was wondering why they start with Pablo. Like that's the one everyone wants to watch. After that, I mean, I don't really care about anyone other. Like,
After that, it goes to like the Cali cartel and the fallout from Pablo Escobar. I think.
Okay, so they're not like anthological. They do connect the series.
Yeah, I don't know if Narcos. I mean, it's all set in like the real world essentially. So I don't know if Narcos Mexico like is a continuation of Narcos or if it's its own thing. But there you go. Write in and let us know.
Yeah.
Or leave us a voicemail at anchor.com/voicemail.
Theo James,
the British guy, right?
Yeah. The Lord Dushin. I can't think of his fucking name.
Lord and Lady Ratican.
Before this, he's known for Downton Abbey, Underworld Awakening. God, that fucking movie haunts me. And then all the Divergent movies. That's why I was surprised at his net worth he's amassed, and then I realized, okay, he's been in a franchise. He's been in like 7 of those movies.
I've never seen a one of them.
Don't have a desire to see. I don't have a desire to see any kind of a franchise that's going to put out 7 movies.
See, I had this after watching all the MCU movies. I was like, I kind of want to go back and watch some other Hollywood franchises that I missed out on. But Divergent and like the Maze Runner ones, I'm out on
Harry
that.
Potter. Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck you! I like Harry Potter.
I don't.
I'm all about the Harry Potter movies. Harry Potter,
Dobby.
I jerked off in a sock. That joke's getting brought up every fucking time.
I know. I just like doing the Dobby voice.
Yeah. Harry Potter.
Dobby must pay you, sir. After this, he's known for How It Ends, which is a Netflix film I watched a couple of years ago that was pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
And then he was on the Netflix series with Henry Cavill, The Witcher. Did you ever finish that? I never started it.
I did. I liked The Witcher. Do you know his character name in that, or by any chance?
I do not.
Shit, that's what I know him from.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize this fucker like at all. He was good. He was a good bad guy.
His face. I don't know what. I couldn't tell what from, but I'm like, I've seen that guy.
Now that you say The Witcher, I feel like maybe I recognize him from that, but I don't. No.
He was probably in heavy makeup and long hair and didn't look anything like he did in this film.
Exactly. But dude's cut.
Yeah, he is.
Dude's jacked.
And just using drugs like a madman.
Yeah, smoking crack, shooting up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's the Bush years.
And I love that. I mean, that's just a great message to send the audience overall, that drugs, when used properly, can be manageable and you can be in great shape.
I don't think you're supposed to smoke that in here, man.
I don't think you're supposed to do that in here. I don't think you're supposed to do that anywhere. He's such a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, what's that actor's name that played Birdwell? Russell Birdwell?
Yeah, he was also in Get Out. His name is Caleb Landry Jones.
Yeah, that dude's a creepy fucking dude.
He really is. He was creepy in Get Out, too.
Yeah. He's kind of normal in 3 Billboards, but...
Yeah, he played the guy that was selling the billboard.
Yeah.
Or, well,
I think he gets
renting it.
thrown out of a window at one point.
He does.
Yeah.
I thought he died.
Yeah, I did too.
That's a good movie.
That is. And that's done by the guy that did In Bruges. So, brothers in play, it all comes back around. There you go.
Running the same circles, use the same actors.
There you
I
go.
get it.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson, before this known for Veronica Mars, Dear White People, Selma, and Creed. And then after that, she's known for Thor Ragnarok, Annihilation, which was that very, very odd sci-fi Natalie Portman movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I think...
It's weird.
Didn't it get like a theatrical release, but then it went to Netflix anyway, like a month later? I'm pretty sure that happened.
I could not speak to that. I can tell you it would have a very specific audience that would like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't dislike it, but I wouldn't watch it again.
It seemed to remind me of that movie Arrival, which I did like.
No, that movie's
But,
movie's better.
Yeah.
Much better. And they're only alike in that they're both sci-fi.
Yeah, I could guess that much. And it's got a strong female lead.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah,
too.
well.
Amy Adams in that one?
Amy Adams in Arrival, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner's in it. Pretty good movie.
After this, I said Thor Ragnarok, Annihilation, Creed 2, MIB International, which that movie should have been fucking aborted.
I never saw it, but I love Thor Ragnarok, and it did team up.
It's the best MCU movie, in my opinion.
And it teamed up Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson again, who are great in Thor Ragnarok, so they must have been like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just use them for this too.
So, fun story, that MIB International movie was originally conceived as a 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover.
Really?
Yeah, and that was well into pre-production, and then they just, I don't know what happened. They just scrapped it and then just went with MIB International, and they probably couldn't get Jonah Hill to sign off on a script.
Jonah and Channing.
Yeah.
Huh. Now that would have been interesting because I like those movies.
It's such a weird idea for a crossover, though. I mean,
is.
it's just two Universal franchises.
They're both kind of cops, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's just a strange idea.
It definitely is. But I liked that. 21 Jump Street pleasantly surprised me.
Oh, I liked all those movies.
Yeah.
Is there 2 or 3? I think there's
I think 21 and 22 Jump Street. I don't think they did a 23 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Jordan Jump Street. 23.
Also known for all the Avengers movies as Valkyrie, and most recently known for Westworld. She plays, I can't think of her character's name. It's good, though. She did a good job.
Yeah, I don't know her character's name. Westworld, I fell asleep during the second season, like episode 4.
Second season was very, very forgettable.
Yeah.
I just, the plot was so convoluted, and they pushed too much meta shit on you. You're just like, just give me something I can comprehend so I can enjoy this, because you're just throwing so much shit at me, and I can't keep up.
Yeah.
They did a much better job of the third season than the second season.
Yeah. I straight up fell asleep during an episode. I was like, well, I guess I could rewatch it right now or later, and later never came.
That's the thing about television shows, when people are like, yeah, bro, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's really hard to get through the first 6 episodes. I'm like, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I don't have, there's so many shows to watch. If it takes more than 1 or 2, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm
kind
out.
of there with you.
And on that note, that was a Raging Rob.
Well, the lair of the rage, Rhino. I smell the effluvium, the pain and frustration.
Raging Rob is here to stay.
So fuck you people who are like, it's a great series, you just got to get through the first 6 episodes. Nope. That's like 3 movies. I'm not doing that.
Those people were like Donald Trump, it seemed like they. By the end, 6 episodes, so good.
So good. Just get through the 6 episodes. All right, moving on to net worths.
Skitty.
We will go in reverse order and start with Tessa Thompson. You'll probably get a couple of these right with Drunken Recall.
Yeah, but I don't really remember. Tessa Thompson. I'm going to say $15 million.
$4 million. That's undervalued. She's got to be worth
$4
more.
mil. That surprises me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's got the Marvel money, I would assume.
Yeah.
Or she's about to.
I think if that's not increased since I checked this, or since they last updated her net worth, it will very shortly.
Yeah.
She's a pretty big star now.
I think she's got a big part of like phase 2, whatever the fuck, for MCU.
Oh, it's like phase 4 now, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't either.
The Feige brothers are just always planning.
I watched it until Infinity War or whatever the fuck, and now I don't really give a shit again. Once they get like 8 more movies, that's when I'll catch up.
Yeah, I'm marveled out. I'm superhero movied out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Theo James.
Theo James. Who's that? The British guy?
Lord Fuckstick douchebag.
Little Lord Fauntleroy?
Little Lord Fuckstick.
I think he was worth some money.
Yeah, because of the Divergent series.
50 million?
Close. 30.
30? Yeah. Well, I'm going to say overrated just because I don't know who the fuck he is.
I think he is overvalued because Tessa Thompson is a much more recognizable
absolutely.
face now than he is, and he's worth
And she's done Men in Black movies.
almost
and
10 times more than her. Yeah, she's undervalued.
Yeah.
All right.
30 mil. Fuck. Good for him, I guess.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Michael
Pena Colada. I will say 50 mil.
No, 12.
12.
Undervalued.
Really? After all the shit he's done? And
Undervalued.
yeah, totally. He's a national treasure.
I agree. I'm going to put him on the list with Randy Quaid, and who else would we put in the national?
I
Paul
think
Rudd.
We put and Betty White.
Betty White, Paul Rudd, Randy Quaid, and now we are adding Michael Pena to the list of Real Buzz national treasures. And so
Stamped.
it's done.
Seal of approval.
And Alexander Skarsgård. You got a
Okay.
guy disguise.
Alexander Skarsgård. Before I guess this, I'm going to bring this up because I don't think I've noticed this in other things he's done, but in this movie, he was like walking around with a fucking hunchback the whole time. Did you? It was like he was slouched over.
His posture was very strange. It was
Like
almost
kind of how I am right now.
it was almost like his suit didn't fit him properly. Like it was
Yeah.
a little too small.
And he's
Like,
kind of
couldn't
walking
move.
around like a lot in the arms, a lot of arm movement.
He's also trying to be imposing in a suit, right?
Show the camera. A lot of arm movement.
Yeah,
I'm
he,
badass
he was walking like a knuckle dragger.
and he's drunk the whole time, which is good. But all right, anyway, Skarsgård. I will guess. You know what? Fuck it. Stick with it. $50 million.
12.
I'll say undervalued. He did True Blood, and maybe he's appropriate. No, he's appropriately valued.
I don't have a really I don't feel greatly one way or the other about
Yeah,
it.
12 mil, good
I'm
for you.
fairly indifferent.
Yeah.
If he was worth more, I'd be fine. This is fine. He's good.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Moving on to specs and deets. Runtime on this film
Yes,
was
indeed.
98 minutes.
Good. It was good. 98 minutes.
It's fine.
Easy to watch. Watched it a couple times.
Oddly enough, the budget for this film is not listed anywhere.
I remember you saying that now. Yeah, so that's fucking weird.
It is strange. It's the first time I've ever encountered a film, and this wasn't like it was a super small film. I mean, it was fairly big in scope. And
Maybe they did it for free.
What do you mean? No, it costs money.
No, they just got everyone. They're like, you know what? Can we just film here real quick? And will you guys just give us some flour to use for fake cocaine? Maybe it's just all free.
That's one theory. My other theory is the movie did really poorly, and they just don't want to list the budget because it's embarrassing.
That might be more accurate.
It grossed, because all it has is its gross, and it grossed $698,000.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's not a lot. But that being said, I think with streaming rights, it's probably made a lot more than that.
How much did you say?
$698K.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's not good.
Yeah. Well,
I like it.
if this podcast made that, I'd be pretty happy.
That's true.
That being said, the scope and budget for this podcast is a lot smaller.
Well, who knows? We don't know what their budget was.
We do not know. Okay, plot keywords. Number 1, Hare Krishna. Number 2, violence. 3, police corruption. 4, exploding car. And 5, dark comedy.
That all seems to check out for me. It is a dark comedy. It's there's some heavy things that happen in there. I wasn't joking when I said philosophical stuff that kind of happens. And
It's one of the themes in the movie. They tie in
yeah.
a lot of philosophy with philosophers, and I think the themes within the movie and the symbolism within the movie try to kind of reflect the philosophers that they reference in the film. I don't know that for a fact because I'm not familiar enough with philosophy to know that for sure. But that's the vibe I was getting.
Took intro to philosophy.
I don't even take that. Like Aristotle, is he a philosopher?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Was
Socrates.
Socrates?
Yeah. I think Socrates was first, then Aristotle, and then Plato. But
Yeah,
maybe
what-
I could be.
What about the famous statue of the guy with no arms and a tiny dick? David?
David?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Nah, he wasn't.
That's like Michelangelo or some shit.
Okay.
We're just getting all of this wrong.
Real buzzed.
I was
Art.
a history major. I should know this shit, but whatever.
Taglines. I like the first tagline quite a bit. They have the right to remain violent.
Yeah, that's
pretty
not
good.
bad. That's not bad.
This one's, then there's two more. There's one that says bad cop, worst cop.
I feel like we've heard that one before.
Yeah, it's
you could do that for fucking
It's not overly
the
original.
nice guys and all that.
It's not overly original.
But all right, whatever.
And then the last one is they're going to kick your ass and get away with it.
That's true.
I mean, that's just a true statement about the movie. I don't know if I classify that as a tagline more than just that's what this movie's about.
It shows you in the very first fucking 2 minutes of the movie when they run that mime over and that lady's like, "Hey, fuck you guys! I'm calling the cops. I saw all of that shit.
We are the cops.
We are the cops." Bow, bow, bow. And then the music kicks in.
I've always wondered, if you ran over a mime, would he make a sound? Now you know.
Now you know.
Okay, are you ready for the synopsis?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
Give us your synopsis, Cannabis Kenya.
Michael Pena and an always hammered apparent hunchback Alexander Skarsgård are a couple of no-nonsense cops that don't give a fuck about the rules and are in it to take down some scumbags and maybe make a few bucks on the side. The pair find themselves in hot water after stumbling into a British porn king's scheme, and then they wage war on everyone.
I was also thinking about that, the title. I was just pondering about the title. It kind of works. That they just, dude, does it work? They don't really have war on everyone.
They don't really have war on everyone, but they have
It should be called erratic violent behavior.
war on the British porn rapist guy.
Yeah, that's a better. That doesn't quite roll off the tongue quite as nicely,
Yeah.
but
Just roll them all into everyone.
yeah, random acts of violence on mimes,
Yes, yeah, that would work too.
on drug trafficking mimes.
War on mimes. I'd pay to see that fucking movie.
Yeah, if that's the sequel, that we'll pitch it.
That's the sequel. Skadoosh.
All right, it's time for the Real Buzz Rundown. Keenan, we'll go ahead and start with you, and I'll sprinkle stuff in per our usual arrangement.
Sounds good to me, bro. My first note here is that I like how this movie just gets fucking started. Like you see the production company or whatever the fuck. But then it just goes straight into them chasing that mime down, and it's like, all right, they're gonna run that mime over and steal all that cocaine from them, say we're cops and get away with it. I know what I'm getting into, and I like it.
Because the first line of dialogue, the very first line of dialogue is, I've always wondered if you run over a mime, if he'll make a sound.
Yeah, and then they fucking run over that mime, and he doesn't make a sound while they're doing that until they punch him in the face.
Every time I see a mime, I'm always plagued by the memory of Saving Silverman, where JD, played by Jack Black, talks about, man, what does a mime look like when he's having sex anyway? Oh, I'm a mime. I'm a mime. Dude, mimes don't talk. They do when they're off duty.
That's true. And that mime that got punched in the face and ran over in the car was off duty, I guess.
Yeah, because he said,
After he got hit by the car.
I lost my teeth. It's like, what do you say? Something about...
Quiche?
Say something about quiche.
It says quiche in the subtitles, but it sounds like he says tiche, which isn't a fucking word as far as
I'll trust the subtitles on that one.
Yeah, we'll go with the subtitles. I mean, Skarsgård has problems speaking English anyway, so.
Yeah, he has a...
or I won't say speaking English, doing an American accent.
Yes, he has a hint of an accent.
Yeah. It's subtly there, but
so does his dad. Like,
it doesn't bother me. I'm not over here saying give American roles to American. I don't give a shit about that.
It's not near as distracting as what's his face's accent in Lake Placid.
Yeah, or some other bad ones, which I can't think of right now. But kind of him in Battleship too. He was pretty bad in Battleship.
Yeah, it improved. It's in Battleship. It improved.
Go back, listen to that. I think I say it bothers me there too. But anyway, I really liked him, though, in this movie. So he's drinking. I will say his accent bothered me. But other than that, I liked him. His hunchback walk kind of bothered me, too. But other than that, I really liked him. And what cemented it right away, not the drinking and driving school, but I was laughing my ass off when he just wrecked his fucking car into, like, 3 cars on the street.
Bob, I hit your car again.
Yeah.
Oh, no, is it bad? We better take mine.
And he just gets out, doesn't give a fuck, throws his fucking beer bottle.
Again, man?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Don't litter, man. You're going to make me look bad in front of my white neighbors. That shit was funny.
I love the line that we're sitting down and they said to the police, and then I think it's Russell Berman. He goes, what precinct are you from? He goes, we're from hell, baby.
He has some good lines. He definitely has some good lines.
And if that's delivered wrong, it come off as super hacky and cheesy and bad, but he makes it work.
Yeah, absolutely he does.
We're from hell, baby.
We're from hell, baby. Let's go fuck up some scumbags. He says that at one point, too.
Yep.
All that praise to him that I just said, but Michael Pena is the best part. Like, I just fucking love him in this movie. Love him in everything, but he's really funny in this fucking movie.
His relationship with his children, while confusing, is one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Yeah. Well, he just, it's like there's no filter. Like, his children are just like one of his boys or something. Like, he's, well, I think your Xbox is up my ass. You want to come check for it?
And he goes, hey, Dad, did you take my Xbox? He goes, the fuck should I know? Check up your ass? You shove it up there?
Yeah. And then just the way, like, so then Skarsgård's talking about, I've been itching since Thursday or whatever. And she's like, it's Thrush. And he's like, thank you, guys. Can you not talk about this here now? Now this just looks like dick and balls to me. Like that, he's so
Dad, what's Thrush?
quick with his delivery or some shit like that. Thrush is a medium to small size songbird. Small to medium sized songbird. Fucking good ass shit. And then back whenever he's watching some movie with Jennifer Lopez, he's like, Jennifer Lopez is in this. She takes off her blast, but you can't really see her titties.
And then Reggie X comes in and goes, oh, yeah, Jennifer Lopez is in this movie. She definitely takes her blast off, but you can't really see her titties.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's so fucking good. And while we were talking about Reggie X, so after they establish that these guys are bad guys and somehow they're like, we got to take down, they know they got to take down some other people or some shit. I don't know. They're at a museum. I'm still not really sure how they come up with the idea that they've got to take down these people, but
they were tailing them because that man had escaped from prison.
Okay.
And then they met up with him at the museum, whatever museum, that's very strange museum.
Yeah. Okay. So then they're like, we got to take these guys down. They use the cocaine that they took from the mime to go and threaten to plant it on Reggie X. But,
and then they ended up doing it with him in the bathroom stall.
And when they're doing all that, Michael Pena doing the whole ergo.
Ergo what, motherfucker?
Yeah, it's just coked out of his mind. That's funny stuff. So yeah, so far you should be getting from my notes that I liked this movie and I thought it was funny.
I do enjoy this film.
The redheaded dude, Russell, does creep me out. Russell Birdman or Birdwell or whatever the fuck. Yeah, exactly. Which I've already said, but I want to reiterate. That guy fucking creeps me out. I'm sure you're a nice guy.
He's the creepy. Well, yeah, I'm not saying about him as a person. I'm saying he's really good at playing a very creepy almost not feminine, but almost just androgynous. He's like very androgynous. He's
very androgynous, wearing his 70s suits and shit.
He's looking like a dandy, has his long hair. He talks like this, and he's fucking an androgynous dandy.
At one point, he's wearing like a really elaborate mask and shit like that too, isn't he? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
It's a very strange role for him.
And he runs really funny too. Not that I run anywhere or do any running of my own, but
he just flails his limbs when he runs.
It's like that top half of his body was way in front of his legs. So anyway, I should start running before I talk shit. But anyway, the next thing that I have written down that I thought was funny was when they, so jumping ahead a little bit here, when that Renard guy gets stabbed and they go into the house and they're just eating the cheeseburgers while the wife is like, she had just stabbed him and she's just like bawling her eyes out.
His wife is sobbing on the floor. She had just stabbed her husband. And he's dying, and they pulled cheeseburgers out of their pockets, seemingly, and just started eating. He was like, why'd you stick him, lady?
Why'd you stick him? Can we play a little game? Can we play a little game and shut the fuck up? That was Michael Pena, which was another really funny line, I thought.
And I like that Michael Pena is always arguing with people about artists and philosophers, and I think he just makes shit up about them and then tries to convince the people who actually know about the philosophy. And then when he's on the phone with the morgue guy, I can't remember what he says.
Oh, yeah.
He said, Vincent Van Gogh and someone else were the only two people to both cut off their ears and shoot themselves in the head but not die.
Yeah, shoot themselves in the heart, but not. They try to kill themselves, shooting themselves in the heart, but didn't die. Yes, it is. Fuck you guys anyway. Morgue people are coming. But the thing is like, I find it interesting you say that because the whole time I was just buying into it all. I don't know if he was all bullshit, but I believed him through the whole movie. I didn't even think that he was bullshitting the entire time.
He just exuded that false sense of confidence that just said, I know about this. And you're just like, wow, he said that so confidently. I know he's not I know he's wrong, but I kind of believe him.
Yeah, he's like, it's Pierre Saint Robert, not
Simone de Beauvoir.
Yeah, Simone de Beauvoir.
De Beauvoir.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just bought into it the whole time. But
it's definitely a more it's more, smarter humor is not the right word. It's more
it's kind of smart humor.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a more eloquent way to say that. It's
sophisticated.
It's sophisticated humor, yes.
You fucking simps out there won't be able to watch this movie and appreciate
all you fucking dum-dums don't even bother.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob was looking in the camera for that one. Now I'm looking in the camera up here. Oh, fuck, looks like I'm sweating.
Yeah,
bright lights. Anyway, the buddy cop relationship between
great chemistry
Pena and Skarsgård.
Fantastic
Who would have thought?
chemistry.
Who would have thought that those two fucking make a great buddy cop duo?
Originally was supposed to be Garrett Hudland. He dropped out 3 weeks before production. They had to find someone else, and I guess the director was given a choice of 3 people, and Skarsgård was one of the choices, and he went with him.
Well, I appreciate Skarsgård over Garrett Hudland.
I like
Hedlund.
Headland or Hudland?
I can't even tell your movie. That guy's fucking.
The guy who can't hold the fucking ball in Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, he's done. I know who he is, and I know he's done some movies, but I don't think I've ever really seen any movie that he's done.
I've seen a few. I like him as an actor. I think he doesn't do as good of a job with the comedic portion of this role that Skarsgård did.
Yeah, so just knowing Skarsgård did well, I'll stick with Skarsgård.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good chemistry between those two.
And while we're at it, Skarsgård fucking when they go and they're trying to meet up with Reggie X and he's with his Irish buddy or whatever the fuck that's always wearing
Irish
matches.
buddy, maybe gay lover,
maybe boyfriend. I think they are kind of dating.
Because there's a weird scene where he's
They're
rubbing
rubbing
his feet while they're watching TV. It's like, don't get me wrong, like being gay is fine. I would never do that with you as a straight man.
Well, it goes back to that Pulp Fiction. Like, you think a foot rub is just a foot rub?
Yeah, it goes back to my philosophy. Dick sucks, ain't cheating.
There you go. That's Rob's philosophy, I guess. Dick sucks, ain't cheating.
No, there's a viral video on the internet where this woman is filming her freaking out at her boyfriend because she found out that he got his dick sucked by someone. And then he goes, and she's like, you cheated on me. He's like, I didn't cheat on you. He goes, you got your dick sucked by that girl. And he goes, dick sucks ain't cheating. And besides, I was looking for you.
Well, if he was looking for her, maybe.
He was really trying hard. I mean, he was looking for her. He couldn't help the fact that he found someone else who'd suck his dick
I
first.
swear to God, I was walking around looking for you. She just started sucking my dick. What am I supposed to do? That's insulting.
Dick sucks ain't cheating.
Well, we'll run that to the Supreme Court, see what they say before I weigh in on it. But when Skarsgård goes and Reggie X and the Irish guy are playing tennis with the ladies in burqas, and Skarsgård's like, I'll sub in for you, Reggie. And he just starts fucking playing tennis and runs into that tennis net. He's like, oh, that was a bullshit shot or a lucky shot.
It was a lucky shot. You didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, don't start a tennis jihad on us.
Don't start a jihad over it.
He had a lot of his little one-liners ended scenes and went into the next one. So that was like just something completely fucking random that never came back around. Him playing tennis. Why were the women in burqas? I don't know. Director thought it'd be funny, I guess.
Skarsgård is the main character in this movie more than Pena is. It's a co-starring.
Yeah,
but
I'd say
Skarsgård's the main character.
He shows the most character. He has the biggest arc for sure because he goes from just being a scumbag to now he's adopting a kid.
The movie
he's got a girlfriend.
Is essentially about him.
And his relationship, I would say it here. I don't think I have it written down, but his relationship with Tessa Thompson is believable. It's really good. It seems like a fucking fun relationship that they have together. So
Tessa Thompson does a great job acting wise, and she is so beautiful, man. I love those curls she has, dude. Oh my god, she's very very cute. I like her.
And like when they first meet, like you can tell. He goes over to interview, or they go over to interview her or whatever about her boyfriend, or they're trying to find the yo-yo guy or whatever the fuck. So they go there, and you can tell from the start that he's looking at her, and he's like, oh, I got a thing for her. And then he goes when she's being a majorette, which is very striking, too, because he's in the cowboy hat. She's in this red costume.
The costumes were a character in itself in this movie.
Yeah. And so then they're there, and you can tell it's the beginning. She's got all these little Polaroids and stuff, and like, oh, who's this?
You didn't have to hit him. He was a Quaker. So, Quakers abhor violence.
Yeah, abhor violence.
Abhor? Yeah, that was brought up several times.
Yeah. What's the thing, though, where he's like, what's up with this guy? And she's like, oh, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going through old photos, and the first photo is the brother of the director of this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he goes, who's this douchebag? He goes, that's my ex-boyfriend. I have it written down. Hold on. Keep going, and I'll jump in.
Well, pretty much, he's got a really nice dick. Well, who's this one?
Oh, here it is. He was great. He wrote a well-regarded monograph on André Potin, and he had a really nice dick.
Yeah. And so he just throws the picture away, and then he's like, what about this one? That's another ex-boyfriend. You know, he had a nice dick, too.
He had a great dick, too.
Throws it away. So anyway, their chemistry was really good. And I liked everyone in this movie. The Irish guy kept cracking me up pretty much every time he was on the camera, smoking weed and stuff like that.
I have multiple sclerosis.
No, you don't spell that.
You can't even spell sclerosis.
Ah, fuck it. Yeah, that's funny as shit. So then whenever they have the chase scene, whenever they're confronting Russell Birdwell, and we already kind of made fun of his running, but then they run into like that little mall thing or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And there's a mariachi band, and there's like some music playing, background music through the movie. But when they run in the thing, it's just the mariachi band playing. And as the shootout and they're like dodging behind people and stuff, the mariachi band just keeps playing, which I thought was funny as fuck. I guess they're there to do one job, and they're not going to stop. You know, bullets flying, fuck it.
You're right. I didn't notice that. You didn't see much of a reaction from anyone in that scene, even though there was insane things going on. There was gunfire, there was a chase, and people just kind of went about their business as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shit. Oh, now we got to my next note, and I came prepared this time. Hold on 1 second. Fill some time. Say some things. Say something.
Well,
gotta get something out of my backpack.
Oh, you're good. Well, another thing I've written down, I think that while this goes to the sophisticated humor I was referring to earlier, I really enjoy the dialogue. It's one of those dialogues that you have to really pay attention to understand and really comprehend and appreciate. It's just, if you go back and you listen to their dialogue, it's fantastic. It's really well written. It flows nicely. It does. I mean, it's so good.
Yeah, and it's so really well written, and then goes to the chemistry between Skarsgård and Pena too, because it's just so quickly delivered and all this good stuff.
It's witty. Yeah. It's very sophisticatedly witty.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so good stuff. All right, so my next note that I just got excited about though is that Skarsgård's wearing that ring that he's kicking fucking ass with.
Yep.
What's he say about it? He's like, my mother gave me this ring is for one thing, to beat up scumbags like you.
Beat up scumbag fuck wits. Or,
yeah, beats the guy, fucking knocks out Birdwell's eye. And all
yeah, almost beats him to death.
But viewers,
It looks like it
Listener,
looks just like that.
Does this not look like the same exact fucking ring that he's wearing during
If
the
you guys
entire
watch
movie?
the film, it does. That is strikingly similar.
Yeah, so the whole time, like, they're showing it, I'm like, holy fuck, I think I have that exact same ring. I'm sure it's slightly different, but
You said it was your dad's ring, right?
Yeah, it's my grandfather's, passed to my dad, passed to me. So this, I guess this is my scumbag beating fucking ring nowadays. So
Nice.
yeah, I'll keep this on for the rest of the pod.
That's gonna
Talk to
leave a
him,
mark.
bitch. All right. So anyway, my next note is I like the old country music. I guess mostly it's Glen Campbell.
It is.
but,
It is mostly Glen Campbell. That goes back to the two themes in this film were philosophy and Glen Campbell.
philosophy and Glen Campbell.
Yeah, that's the two things that the two major themes in this movie. And he's talking to Tessa Thompson right now, and it's like, listen, do you have any Glen Campbell? She's like, I don't know who Glen Campbell is. What are you gonna do with him? Who, Glen Campbell? And then he's talking about the guy they're gonna. I fucked that up horribly. Continue.
I know what you're saying. It was funny. And the biggest, I guess, compliment I can pay to the Glen Campbell in this movie is that the morning after I watched this for the first time, I woke up, was getting ready for work. I was like, you know what? I want to listen to that Wichita Lineman song.
Good
So
song.
I started my day with that. It was a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
Then I listened to Southern Nights.
It's
that
I like
music
Glen
just gets you in the zone, you know?
It's definitely music for white men.
Yeah, it almost yacht music. I think you said
It's yacht
the
rock.
last- Yeah,
it's yacht rock. It's and when I listen to it, I feel like a white man.
Like Whiteman Air Force Base.
Like a white man.
Yeah. Well, you are, so I guess it all works out.
Yeah, I guess. Well, actually, Keenan, it's funny you say that because we have transgendered people and we have trans-aged people. We now have trans-race people.
Oh, yeah?
Rachel Dolezal's the first one. That I don't understand the beef with everyone with Rachel Dolezal because she, while was probably appropriating culture, she was adopting like her African American brothers that were adopted by her parents. She had a prominent position in the NAACP. She was essentially doing like the office work.
This is the chick from like 5 years ago or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah. I don't know why everyone's so mad. Like she wasn't out there like exploiting. She was actually trying to help the cause. She was doing office work. She was doing NAACP. That's not an easy job, and she was high up there. Anyways, side tirade. But yeah, so I don't identify as white. I identify as racially fluid, and I can be any race I want.
All right, well, good for you. More power to you. I don't know. I identify as white, I guess. Caucasian.
It's really not cool of you, Keenan, to assume just because I look white that I identify.
Even if I wanted to try to tan and pull off what that Rachel chick did, I wouldn't be able to.
No,
I
most
stay
people
pale.
wouldn't.
I stay so
I
fucking
don't tan. I just burn.
You guys
Yeah.
can see.
Sorry about that.
Moving along, the shooting range scene where all the guys just kind of look like Reggie, all the people that they're shooting at, and then Skarsgård just shoots them all in the dick, and then like one headshot or some shit like that. They're like, these fucking shooting things are pretty racist. Kind of looks like Reggie.
Yeah, just like Reggie.
Yeah.
It's like, why else shoot him in the dick? You want to stop a man, you shoot him in the dick.
Yeah.
And then he shoots Birdwell in the dick at the end.
Yeah, which I didn't realize until you said that.
Yeah.
It comes back around. So good for that. And then my last note that I have is that Tessa Thompson is a babe.
She really is. And I know it always comes back around with the podcast when we talk about a lot of the female actors. The first thing we usually say is what they look like. I don't think we can help that because as men, that's the first thing we assess about the opposite sex. We can't
Speak
help
for
it.
yourself, Rob.
All right. I can't help it.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
So while it should be noted that we do comment a lot about appearance, that's because that's how women have value. So.
Yeah. I mean, I can stand behind that. Whatever. Caitlin's not here. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. She wouldn't like that.
But yeah, so those are my notes. I liked this movie. I would recommend watching it. It's free on Netflix right now.
I worry about
if you pay for Netflix, it's free.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah. I just worry about what Tessa Thompson would do if she wasn't pretty. She would just be so lost.
Does that keep you awake at night?
It does.
What would Tessa Thompson be doing?
All right, so moving on, we can sprinkle in some more of my notes. Fucking broke it, Mom.
The Xbox. Yeah.
The kid just swears back. He goes, "You fucking broke it, Mom." He goes, "You're right. I did fucking break it."
That whole family dynamic was good.
It's really
with Michael
funny.
Pena's family. Yeah.
It's weird because they have these really, really bad character flaws that they never fully address or even try and fix. One being Skarsgård's wildly, ridiculously out of touch alcoholism. And then Michael Pena's, I would say, poor parenting.
Yeah.
I mean, the two major character flaws they almost glorify in the movie, which it works.
Is it poor parenting? His kids seem all right.
It's poor. He's not a good dad.
I think he's a decent enough dad.
I mean, he was doing that lucha libre wrestling with him at one point.
Yeah, that was funny. I forget. Oh, hold on. I forgot to tell you guys this. Ah!
Okay, let's see what else here. I like the line, "Hey, how'd you guys get all this coke? We fucked over a mime."
We fucked over a mime. That whole cocaine in the bathroom scene was pretty funny.
It was good.
It started, we're going to frame you for it. Let's just do it all together.
And the progression of drug use from Sir British man fuckstick villain guy, Lord Mangrum, whatever his fucking name is.
Little Lord Fauntleroy.
Little Lord fuckstick. Because at one point he's shooting up heroin, at another point he's smoking crack, at another point I think at one point he snorts cocaine. Anyway, it's irrelevant. There is an interesting scene, speaking of bad parenting, between him and his children.
Yes.
Where his children are swimming in a pool, they're just hanging out, and then his daughter randomly asks, "Daddy, what happens when you die?"
Daddy, where's Harry Potter?
He just goes, "Nothing. You're dead." "What, isn't Mommy in heaven?" No, she's not.
It's just black. It's nothing. Which, you know.
It's a very nihilist view on death.
It is very nihilist. Sounds exhausting.
I'm not sure I disagree with it, but I don't know. I don't pretend to have the knowledge or ability to understand or know what happens when we die.
No, I don't think anybody alive does. But if you do, write in. Real Buzz Takes.
Well, funny you mention that, Keenan. A lot of people do think they know.
Well, you know. Well, let us know what you guys think, I guess. That'll be fun. We'll read them on air.
Yeah, a lot of people think if you don't think the way they think about after death, you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I'm total. If that's true, I think on my deathbed, I'm just gonna commit to one religion just in case, because I'd rather just be like, yeah, it's cool, just in case. Like, because if I die and I go to hell, I'll be like, fuck, they were right.
Well, that's Pascal's wager for you.
Yes,
that's a philosophical thing. I won't go into it, but look up Pascal's wager. That was his whole thing. Is it better to believe just in case?
Yeah.
But then the argument against that is, well, are you really believing at that point, or are you just believing out of necessity? So,
okay, my next question is,
would God call bullshit on you?
I don't have any control over that, though.
Well,
I can't.
Free will, baby.
No, it's not free will.
You can choose to believe or not believe.
Okay, but like
you can choose if you actually believe or if you're just saying.
Often, no, but you can't. If you don't believe something, you can't make yourself believe it. The authenticity.
That's why it's called make believe.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Real Buzz Existential Takes.
We talked about the Quakers abhorring violence. It's brought up many times.
Abhorring.
That the funny scene. I like the scene with when there was when SWAT caught these guys doing a raid and they shoot him and they kill him, and then they're just
yeah.
And they're just like, hey,
again,
was it a good shoot? And he goes, that's what we like to call we're not sure. And they go, Jesus Christ, again.
Yeah,
it's like, look on the bright side. At least they were white.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta look at the glass half full.
Yeah, that was funny stuff. Paul Reiser, though, again, just racist Reiser.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'd like to. So another kind of side thing I want to bring up that I think is interesting. I was having a thought earlier. A thought about language and the nuance that it brings, and how nuance and contextuality, if that's a word, nuance and context mean everything when it comes to reading or hearing or listening to a message. So here's what I want to do. I want to create an idea where we have augmented reality that, we say we plant a microchip in our head, and then it takes note of everything that we post on social media, and then it just gives us, based off what we post, it analyzes it, accounts for context, and accounts for, what was the other thing I said? Context in...
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
Anyways, the social media thing, it accounts for context. It analyzes everything you ever posted on social media, and then it gives you a rating of how racist you are. And then everyone in the AR that's looking through can see it, and they're like, oh, that fucking guy has a terrible racist rating. I'm not fucking talking to him.
So you want some augmented reality to be able to go in, so that way you can just walk around normal and look at people and know if they're racist or not.
Yes, exactly. Because I think it would really help with people not posting racist shit on social media.
I think you're right about that. I think you're probably right about that. Or it would just lead to like all the racist people being like, hell yeah, you think like I do.
No,
Let's
but
just get together.
that's great. But at least we know.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, we create an AI that takes into account context and nuance of the English language, and then they look at everything you post. So in this ideal scenario, the AI understands a joke.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a problem, because anytime you have a comedian that says something funny that could be not misconstrued, that could sound racist, when you write it down, it completely changes how you interpret the message.
Yeah.
So this AI is going to know what's a joke and what isn't. So people who are, saying something that is racial and being funny, but maybe not necessarily racist, and it's like, oh, okay, this person, there's no ill intent behind the message, and they're trying to be funny, as opposed to, I don't know, fucking Billy Bob, a fuckwit out in South Arkansas who hates all people that aren't white.
Yeah.
Or the Virginia mayor who calls Joe Biden's running mate Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, that's racist.
That's what we need. That way, it might not actually curb racism, but it will curb people from posting racist things.
See, I don't know about that, because you can already just kind of look at people's social media, and then after looking at that, look at them and know that they're racist,
Yeah, but I'd rather.
And then it's not stopping them now.
I would rather not have to go into that. I just want to look at them, and they're like, the chip and the augmented. This is the augmented reality part, and she says, "Oh, his racism is at a 7 out of 10." You're like, "Oh, that guy's fucking racist. I don't want to fuck with him."
Okay.
And that way, people could refuse you business if you're too racist. Like Uber, your Uber score goes down from if it gets below a 4, you're no longer allowed to ride an Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so restaurants could be like, if your racism score is above a 2.5, you can't eat here. I like it.
All right.
All right, sorry, another sidebar.
That's a Rob idea for you guys.
Yeah, that's a real
Raging
Rob idea. And we talked about, I think another thing we need to talk about is the costuming and Skarsgård's house and the setting. I kind of feel like, I know this takes place in New Mexico, but I really feel like it's the way it's shot. At some points, it almost feels like it wasn't even shot in this country. I have a hard time pinning down exactly where this was shot. And then Skarsgård has that strange layout in his house where he's got the pool, the living room, the TV stand with no TV, that vintage pinball machine.
Like nothing on the walls.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it, but it's very strange. It's intriguing to watch.
Yeah, it is.
It's engaging to watch.
He's got a little bit more. He's got a bigger place, and he has more in it. But it is kind of minimalistic and reminds you a bit of McConaughey's apartment in True Detective season 1.
Well,
where
it was
it's
a
white
lot
walls
nicer than that one.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not a shithole.
Yeah.
This is a shithole.
Bruges is a shithole.
Bruges is not a shithole.
Okay. Yeah, and then with the costume, you had the majorette, the cowboy hat, the 60s style British suits. I've said it once, I'll say it again. The costuming was absolutely a character of it on its own in this movie.
Absolutely it was. Especially Russell Birdwell and, especially the bad guys. I mean, they were wearing some super elaborate costumes. Or suits, anyway. I guess not necessarily costumes, but their suits were not of modern
Well, you
times.
call them costumes. Anything they wear in a film is technically a costume.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
It's a uniform.
You end up on the costume couch. It's a casting couch. That's important joke.
I got it. Oh, yeah. This was a good shoot. That's what we call a contentious issue.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what Reiser says. I like that DDR makes a cameo in this film.
Yeah, not just DDR, but also doing the jump up DDR spin and fucking stomp down on middle ones.
Which is funny because he says he has MS and then he's doing DDR in a couple. It's the Irish guy who's
He's just saying that to smoke some weed. You know what I'm saying?
I've got multiple sclerosis.
Who hasn't claimed that they have MS before? Or glaucoma or something like that.
I just say I can't sleep well.
I just say fuck it, spark it up, bro.
And also,
fucking go to the loony bin with you, bro.
I thought it was really funny how Michael Pena also critiqued the Vagrant Boys sign.
Yeah, harmless. You want to take a harmless kid home?
What are you doing? You harmless? And then you started too far over. You made the letters too big and too small over here. What are you doing?
And it's funny.
It's no wonder you don't have any money.
I clearly, when you see that homeless kid, at least for me as a viewer, I was like, oh, shit, that's the kid that they've been looking for. That's Renard's kid or whatever.
Yeah, it's Reynard's kid.
So I thought that they were going there intentionally to pick up the kid and were fucking with him a little bit first, but nope, they didn't recognize they were just fucking with a homeless kid at first.
And I think the biggest myth that this movie pushes is the fact that you can look like Alexander Skarsgård does in this movie, but be as much of a booze bag as he was.
It's true. This is body by booze.
Yeah.
Baby.
I'll tell you what. If you work diligently, you too can look like Keenan and I in just a few months.
Yeah,
You just got to drink a lot.
Yeah, and maintaining and not getting bigger from this, that's the goal. That's the challenge.
Then the last thing I have is the chair dialogue at the end of the movie. I think is a representation of this movie's meaning. He talks about, if I recall correctly, there being a chair and these people in a classroom, and the teacher says, "You can leave the class as soon as you write something down that convinces me that the chair doesn't exist."
Well, at first he says does exist.
Does exist, but he
Yeah.
messed it up. And then Skarsgård asked Payne at the end of the movie, "What does that mean?" He goes, "It doesn't mean anything. You're just supposed to ponder it." And I think that's this movie in general. I think a lot of what happened in this movie is just like, well, why? Why did this happen? What does it mean? It's like, it doesn't mean anything. You're supposed to ponder it.
Yeah, and it did take. I mean, it gets super heavy when you find out that the kid was raped on camera and all this shit. Like, for filming. It's like,
that's when they went
go
from getting the
fucking
money.
kill all those people.
Yeah, they were like, they changed. We don't care about the money. We're just going to kill you all.
Yeah. And real quick, we haven't said it before we end the rundown, but the random trip to Iceland. I wasn't expecting this movie to go to Iceland.
Yes. I forgot about that. You just, when you're starting this movie, you never expect them to be like, oh, there's going to be a 10-minute segment of this film in Iceland.
Yeah, it's going to end with them in Iceland, which where they are, it looks really fucking nice.
And it's so funny. They go, "So Bob, what's the plan?" He's like, "Well, I think we just, he's an African-American guy. I think we just wait around until we see him." He goes, "That's your whole plan?" And then it pans over and they immediately see Reggie.
Like, you think there's only one African-American in Iceland? There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
All right, so that's the end of my notes, which means we can move on to Tipsy Trivia.
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
I was early there.
See, it's hard. It's hard to predict.
Fuck. Damn.
So there's a little.
All right, that's the last one.
This is why I don't like you guys doing it. There wasn't any trivia for this movie because it was such a small. It wasn't a big movie, so there's not a lot known about it. So I just wrote down some fun facts.
All right. Wait, so are you challenging me with anything? Or?
Maybe one. I might have one. The first one is filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which that makes sense. It looks
True
like,
or false?
It is true. True. Albuquerque, New Mexico. First film that the director helmed that didn't star Brendan Gleeson and didn't take place in Ireland.
Oh, there you go. Well, would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Yeah, I already said Skarsgård's role was intended for Garrett Hedlund. Hedlund dropped out 3 weeks before shooting. Oh, okay, here you go. I've got one for you.
Okay.
2 actors from this film have played comic book characters. Can you name both of them? I guarantee you can't. This one was tough.
The Russell Birdwell guy did.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he did.
And
I didn't think you'd get that one.
I'm going to guess Michael Pena?
Yeah.
As Ant-Man's friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I watched the X-Men movies.
Okay, do you remember the mutant's name he played?
Oh, fuck. He's the one, he's got like angel wings and shit like that, right? Or something?
Not exactly.
No?
He vocalizes sound waves that propel him upward.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which X-Men movie he was in, but
X-Men First Class, he was
First Class.
Banshee.
Banshee, okay. Well, fuck you. I got that right,
Yeah,
though.
that's impressive, man. I was like, whoo, oh, once I read it, I'm like, oh, yeah, but I wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah, I just watched those X-Men's like I didn't remember it until you asked me that, but I just watched them like a year or two ago.
Yeah, and then the last thing I have is when Terry's looking through all the photos of Jackie's ex-boyfriends, the first picture is the director's brother, who apparently directed In Bruges.
The In Bruges guy.
Yeah.
Neil McDonough or something like that.
Yeah, McDonough. It's
McDonough.
Yeah, it's very, very Irish.
So should we just shotgun for fun, I guess, at this point?
I mean, might as well.
Do it for the camera?
Yeah, cam scam.
Can I have one of your beers that's sitting there? Do you have multiple?
For sure.
All right.
Please.
I only had... So
This is why I bring extra.
I got the White Claw Variety Pack 2 today to try out some new ones, and you have enough fucking koozies back here. Show the camera.
Yeah.
That I was able to get my one I was drinking and then my backup beers all with fucking koozies.
The funny part about
that
is
one's full. These are, I mean,
I just purged my koozie collection too. I got rid of about 20 or 30.
Really?
Yeah, and I still have about 80.
I would have taken those 20 or 30.
Oh, well, shit. Sorry,
Were they
man.
rough or were they like?
Yeah, just ones I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Or ones that I got with my ex-wife.
I've got like 2 or 3 koozies, which is enough for me. I only need one, but
No. It's a collection thing.
Yeah.
It's like stamps. You don't need them, but it's fun to collect.
I like to keep. My dad used to collect shot glasses, so I think that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah. It's collecting.
You
Things.
go on vacation and get a shot glass.
Can you pass me that motherfucking key when you're done?
When I'm done with it, Robert. Up.
Oh, Jesus, don't cut yourself. Fuck, man.
You always got to shove that thumb down the hole.
Yeah, not a good idea, dude.
Hope you don't come back with a bloody thumb.
I've done that before.
Wouldn't be the first time I had a bloody thumb. I'll leave that to your imagination.
I don't like it. Okay. Three.
Hold on.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
This one's coming. It's just coming.
All right, that was good. All right, moving on to
There's going to be another one that comes here in a couple seconds. I can tell you that much already.
Drinking Buddies.
who's your drinking buddy for this film. And just to cue in the listeners, if they're not familiar, this is the portion of the podcast where we choose a character, not an actor, a character from the film that we would be excited about getting fucked up, shit-faced, chivoed with, drunk as fuck. Keenan, who's your drinking buddy?
I feel like there's really only one answer, and that's Skarsgård, because he's drinking the entire goddamn movie. But I'm going to say the Irish guy.
Yeah, the Irish guy's good. I would go with Reggie X, too.
Yeah?
Reggie X is good.
Excuse me. The Irish guy was smoking some pot, so
Pot.
he would know how to get some Mary Jane.
Pot's such an, like, no one says pot anymore. It's like when people call cocaine yayo. It's like no one says that anymore. It's like,
Hey, yo. Well, you
if
remember that song?
anyone walks up and is like, hey, you got the yayo? It's like, oh, you're a cop. Like, no, dude.
Hey, yo, for yo. All up in my name.
But when that Andre Nicotina song came out, it wasn't so hacky. Like, there's, like, now, I don't know what you call it now, but it's like, that started with Scarface. Chichi, get the yayo.
Chichi, get the yayo. Cocaine. But anyway. So, yeah, I'll say that the Irish guy, because he's smoking the pot.
Yep, that's solid. That's very solid. I'm probably going to go with either Michael Pena or Reggie X.
Yeah?
One of
Pick
the
one.
two.
Pick one.
Reggie X.
Reggie X it is. So me, you, and Reggie X and his boyfriend are all going and hanging out and drinking.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That'd be a good time.
That would be so fun.
That'd be a good time, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Imagine when we get in, they'd be wearing matching clothes. It cracked me the fuck up that they were wearing matching jumpsuits. Every time you saw them.
Fantastic.
I loved that shit. Like you said, the costumes were a character.
The
That
wardrobe
was very
was
funny.
a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Rotten Tomatoes over under.
Ooh.
The audience, I will set. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a wild card because
I have no
hard
fucking
hard to
idea.
predict.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with set the audience Rotten Tomatoes score at I'll set the audience at a 40%.
Audience, not critics.
Audience. Wake up for
over.
whiskey, baby. It's under 37.
Son of a gun.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Critics, I will set at a 60.
So critics liked it more, I guess. Huh?
I'll
still say under.
This is a critics comedy. Over 61%.
Son of a bitch.
IMDb was a 5.8.
5.8. Yeah, I didn't look. I would have known that.
What's your real buzz rating? Scale them 1 to 10.
Scale them 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put it at 7. Then.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where I put
Yeah.
it. It's that solid 7.
If we were doing the 100-point scale, where you could do 1.1, 2.1.
Yeah, I was 74.
I would say 6.7. It's definitely above a 6. It's not a 7.5. I don't think. It's definitely not an 8. So 7. I'll say a solid 7.
Okay, I'm good with that. I think that's fair.
And I don't know why I have to knock it down if I was doing the 100-point scale, but it's good. It's definitely worth watching. It's not my favorite movie of all time.
No.
It's not top 100, but it's one I'll watch again.
During these times of COVID, when you have so much free time to watch on streaming services, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, even if it's just once, it's a fun one-time watch.
It's only 98 minutes,
Yeah,
so you can
it's
get
not a
through it.
long watch. I've watched it at least 5 times in the last
yeah.
3 years.
I don't think it drags really ever.
No.
There's always a laugh or like some action right around the corner. Or a really long one shot of that British dude walking down the stairs with 5 random fucking bug bites or some shit on his stomach. Did you notice it? It's like he went airsofting and got shot fucking the day before, and they were like, well, fuck it, we'll just leave the dots on his stomach. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I guess this might speak to the budget or something else. Did the makeup artist not think to maybe cover those up during those shots or maybe fix it in post?
I thought it was supposed to be intentional, but I kept trying to think, when did something, nope, nothing ever happened, so I don't know. But because it's just on him after he wakes up in that bed with the guy and the girl, and then he's walking down the stairs and makes out with that chick, and ultimately leading to where he cuts off the Irish guy's head.
Yeah, that was a weird fucking.
Yeah.
There was definitely There was definitely some dark parts of this movie.
Yeah. Well, and shout out to the Irish guy because he's the British dude is like doing this whole, in samurai times he tried to commit seppuku, which is ritual suicide.
Disemboweled himself.
Yeah, but then his man couldn't cut off his head, and hopefully I don't miss. And the Irish guy, you fucking British, always talking too much.
Just get the fuck on with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't go out like a little bitch.
And then when they find his head, they're like, we got to take it with us. Like,
Proper
what?
burial.
Yeah, proper burial. Yeah. This movie's good. We didn't hit it all either, so there's still some stuff.
No, there's still lots of stuff.
There's
lots
little
of
jokes
little,
and stuff.
yeah, lots of stuff in there to enjoy.
Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Well, I think that about does it for this episode. Thank you for listening to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz Crew duo. Keenan, take us out.
I am a lineman, baby. Something about the line.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
We got a backdrop now, bitch.
day.
Backdrop now, bitch.